What's up, everyone? Today I'm going to be talking about the state of play that happened today. So this is my review of the state of play that happened today. This state of play was incredible. Now, for me, you guys know, if you guys have been watching the channel for any amount of time, you guys know that I am a massive gamer. I love all forms of entertainment, but I am a massive gamer, right? And gaming is one of my passions in life. Like, I've been playing video games since I was very, very, very young for most of my life, right? And it's one of my main passions in life, right? Right? Right. What along with music and acting and performing and stuff like that. Video games is up there as one of my top passions in life. So yeah, for me, I'm excited for this week, man, because this week looks to be incredible with all the games we could potentially get. But in terms of the PlayStation 1 that happened today, this was incredible. So I am going to be doing some dedicated videos on specific games. So Wolverine, I will be doing a dedicated specific video on Wolverine. That game comes out September 15th. That game is my most anticipated game of the year, right? Right? I already pre-ordered that game because they opened up pre-orders today. I pre-ordered that game already, right? Right? Because it's my most anticipated game of the year, right? GTA 6 and Wolverine are my two most anticipated games of the year, right? Right? I am a big nerd. You guys know that. Being a big nerd, like, for superheroes and comic books and nerd stuff is also one of my big passions in life. Like, I would say my four big passions in life are music, acting, movies and media. So music, acting, movies and media, and video games and nerd stuff. Those are like my four big passions in life, right? So, like, for me, Wolverine looked great, but again, I'm going to be doing a dedicated video on that. So the gameplay looked great, so stay tuned for my dedicated video on Wolverine. In terms of the other stuff, Until Dawn 2 was announced. Now, I love the first Until Dawn video game. I haven't seen the movie yet, but I love the first Until Dawn video game. That game has one of the most stacked casts in a video game ever. Like, it has Rami Malek, Hannah Panettiere, who else does it have? It has a lot of other big actors in it, right? And then they just announced Until Dawn 2 today. It's being developed by Firesprite. That game looks awesome. That game's coming out 2027. Can't wait for that game. God of War Le Fay is what they ended with. God of War Le Fay is what they ended with. That game is probably coming out 2027 or 2028. They didn't give a specific date. But the reason why I say it's probably coming out in 2027 is because they showed 20 minutes of gameplay of it. So yeah. For me, also God of War Le Fay is also gonna get a separate video from me because I really want to talk about that game. I want to talk about the gameplay that we saw. I want to talk about the mythologies that we saw in that game play. And yes, I said mythologies, right? I want to talk about the stacked cast of that game because that game has a stacked cast of great actors. Like, it's starring Deborah Ann Woll, who plays Karen Page in the MCU, right? And Jack Quaid is also in the game. So I want to do specific videos on Wolverine and God of War Le Fay, and those videos will come tomorrow. But overall, the event was amazing. They really kept the pace up the whole event, which I wasn't expecting them to do. There was a few games, but I was like, why you gotta show that? But I think there may have only been one of those, and then the rest of them were like bang 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 bang. So like Onimusha Way of the Sword. They showed that, it got its release date. It's releasing on September 27th or 2nd, right? September's gonna be a crazy busy month for video games, bro. Um, um, Ace Combat 8, which I am not into the Ace Combat series, right? But for those of you that are, Ace Combat 8 is coming out in September as well. Phantom Blade Zero, which looks really badass, comes out a week before Wolverine. And that's getting a dedicated state of play later this summer, right? So I'm excited to see more of that game. Uh, um, Control Resident is also coming out in September. Remedy makes great games. I am interested to see more of it, and I'm very interested in what that game is gonna turn out to be, because it looks like it looks like Remedy's sensibilities of like weird storytelling and great storytelling and their version of sci-fi mixed with like the gameplay of Devil May Cry, um, the reboot of Devil May Cry, which I think has great gameplay. So it looks like a mix between the reboot of Devil May Cry that Ninja Fury made and Remedy's sensibilities and their gameplay styles. So it looks like a very very good game. So that game comes out in September as well. Dune Awakening, which is a Dune MMO, is coming out in September as well. And yeah, Rayman. There's gonna be a Rayman remaster, or not a remaster, like I would consider it more of a remake because they were like added voice acting and stuff like that. So that game comes out October 2nd. And yeah, for me, my highlights of the show were Wolverine, God of War, Le Fay, which again, those two games specifically are gonna get separate dedicated videos from me, right? And then Until Dawn 2, because I love the first one so much. I love the first one. I love the first one so much. So I'm very interested to see what Fire Sprite, who are a great studio, does with Until Dawn and does with this game. I'm very excited to see more of that game. Again, that game. I'm just gonna make the assumption that game and God of War Le Fay are coming out in 2027. I think the free PlayStation exclusives that are coming out in 2027 are Intergalactic, The Heretic Prophet, which is the next Naughty Dog game, God of War Le Fay, and Until Dawn 2. Those are the three that I'm gonna guess are coming out in 2027, right? So I'm excited to see all three of those, more of all of those games, right? And then the did I talk about ill? I don't know if I did, but ill is a dope zombie game that looks like a mix between Dying Light and like a cinematic action game, right, like a linear action game, right, which seems very cool to me, right. But yeah, so for me overall, what did I think of the event? I thought it was great, dude. I really did. I thought Sony was cooking with this event. I thought they were cooking. The way that I'm doing it, like Wolverine's my most anticipated game of the year. That's why I pre-ordered it today. But the way that I am doing, I'm gonna like I love this month because this month dictates my strategy for the fall, basically. Like what games will I be getting in the fall, right? So like and this is only event 1 of free this week. So I'm excited to see what Xbox has, because I have an Xbox. I also have Xbox Game Pass. So Xbox Game Pass basically gets me those games, like Gears of War E-Day and whatever else Xbox has, for free pretty much, because you only have to pay like 20, I think it's $30, and you get like all the Game Pass, all the games that are on Game Pass for free, right? So once you pay about $30, right? If you guys have an Xbox and you are looking for a way to play more games, I would recommend strongly getting Game Pass, right? So I'm excited to see what Xbox has. Jeff Keighley, I think, is gonna be bigger than usual, right? I think that will be a great show. And the Sony one, which is what this video is about, was a great show. It really was, and yeah, I'm excited for this year as a gamer and as a guy that loves entertainment in general. I'm excited for all the games. I'm excited to see the performances in games, because you guys also know, my two, I guess you can say, I'm a singer, I'm an actor, I'm a gamer, I'm a YouTuber, I'm a producer, I'm a songwriter. I'm just a guy that loves all these forms of entertainment, right? And I love to do all these forms of entertainment and to experience all these forms of entertainment. So for me, I think this year in video games is gonna be incredible. I cannot wait to see what Summer Game Fest has in store for us, and what the Xbox Game Showcase has in store for us, because I've heard rumors of Injustice 3. I've heard rumors of the Captain America Black Panther game getting re-revealed. I've heard rumors of Wolf Among Us 2 getting re-revealed. I've heard rumors of like Final Fantasy VII Part 3 remake getting revealed. For me, I'm stoked for this week, man. And Sony did a great job of kicking off the festivities of Summer Game Fest. And again, guys, stay tuned for my thoughts on both, because I'm going to do 2 separate videos on my 2 games of this PlayStation State of Play this time around, right? I'm going to do a video on Wolverine tomorrow, and I'm going to do a video on God of War La Fey tomorrow as well. So you guys are going to get 2 videos from me. And yeah, what did you guys think of the event? Did you guys think it was good? Did you guys think it was good? Did you guys have games of the show and stuff like that? And guys, what is your most anticipated game of the year? And what is your most anticipated game to see this week? Right? If you had a choice, what would your most anticipated game to see this week is? And yeah, so I will be covering all 3 events this week: the Xbox one, the PlayStation one, which is what this video is, and the Summer Game Fest. I will be covering all 3, and I will be covering the other 2 events that happened this week, and hopefully they're as good as this one, if not better. And yeah, thank you so much, and I hope you have a great day, and God bless you guys.